Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, two teams come off tough losses a week ago and want to turn things back around today. It's the Bears going up against the Buccaneers. So, with the call of this Week 16 matchup, let's hand it over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Just a minute ago, it was Jameis Winston leading his Buccaneers out of the tunnel. They're on their feet here in Tampa as the Bucs get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they come in mired in a brutal stretch right now. Losers of 8 straight games.
Can you imagine going 2 straight months without winning a game and still trying to hold it together? They've got to find some inspiration somewhere that can lead them to a victory.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
On second down, Martin. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Here's the offense, and highlighted as a guy who gave himself his own nickname, the Dugginator.
Brandon, you really can't nickname yourself, but if he keeps running at this level, he'll have plenty of good nicknames to choose from.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Jameis to throw it. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience is early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6'2" QB out of North Carolina, former #2 overall pick. It's Mitchell Trubisky.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
10 yards still left on second down. Now it's Trubisky. They'll set up the screen to Howard. Now Howard stripped. He lost the football. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off usually after about 3 to 4 steps and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And here are the Chicago defensive starters.
I remember Pernell McPhee coming out of college, and many people were wondering where they would play him in the NFL. And I said, just get him on the field. Whether you play him a defensive end or outside linebacker, let him use that long frame to his advantage. Can be a tremendous pass rusher, even though he only played 9 games in 2016, had 4 sacks. He's a guy who knows how to get to the quarterback.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. They'll run it. Here's Martin. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. On now is Vinatieri as he'll try the field goal. This a 43-yard attempt. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And nope on the board, but the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if. While the defense on the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine. But those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he whips that one incomplete there. Michael Burton, the fullback, the intended target. And it's second down. The starting 11 defensively for Tampa Bay.
When Gerald McCoy entered the NFL, he was part of a huge debate around the league. Gerald McCoy or Ndamukong Suh? Who would be the better defensive tackle? They both had more than their share of moments, and what's made Gerald McCoy a perennial Pro Bowl player? His ability to play just about anywhere on the defensive line, but especially to work over the centers and guards in order to create havoc in the pocket.
Miller with first down and more. Miller on the catch over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
A first update now out of Jacksonville. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. First down, Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. First down. Here's the run with Martin. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also,
and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Doug Martin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Well, there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina.
Now Trubisky lost the football, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
What partner they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
him. No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Over the middle to Evans. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Here's Winston. And he floats one there, incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throw.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Doug Martin with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Second and 10. It's Trubisky again. And the hook up here with Jalen Strong, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. He needed a yard. That's what he got. And it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. Here's Trubisky to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game. This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now it's Trubisky. And down he goes. A Buccaneers sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. They've gone to the second quarter in Buffalo. The Jets have taken the early lead over the Bills. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Here's Martin as they begin on the ground. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Here we go with 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On third down, Winston. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Winston now to throw on first down. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. After the interception, here's Trubisky. He's going to let this one go deep. That's caught at the 25. A huge play there for Chicago. 48 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And Hallen Sink was the quarterback in the center on that play. They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
On second down, Trubisky under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Gerald McCoy able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offense
under pressure again, and down he goes again. Gerald McCoy in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. Now a chance to take advantage of that missed field goal. 1st and 10, way up at the 37.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Larry Ridley will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Right side caught by Jackson. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Deshaun Jackson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on this. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Following the interception, Winston. Incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Here's Winston. And he comes back with one complete. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And he's got this one down to the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Second down, Winston. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun, Winston. He's got Evans. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
One receiver to the left is Evans. Now Jameis on second down. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his 5th touchdown now on the year. Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. And the lead will grow by 1 more.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So that one will be accepted. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Gerald McCoy in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we send you cross-state to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Buccaneers have done a good job making the plays they need to in order to get out to a big lead. The Bears have an uphill battle in front of them, but will try to claw back in this one. All right, let's get it going. Here's the first half highlights. Moving now to late in the first. Here the pass is completed into coverage, and he'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to the 2-yard line. Sticking with the same drive, Martin's going to take off here, but a quick 3-play drive ends with a score. Now following the fumble, Martin's got it on the run, and he'll go for the score. The lead now at 17. 3rd and 7. Catch is made after a quick pass, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to their own 42-yard line. Incompletion to Deshaun Jackson. And this long run goes for a touchdown. Buccaneers go up by 24. Still late in the first half. Under pressure here, the pass is picked off. McCoy is in position, and he is the one who comes away with the ball. Offense on the field now after the pick. Over the middle, Winston will complete the pass, and it's caught for the touchdown. Buccaneers way out in front. So that's it for us. We'll go back now to Tampa for the start of the second half.
All right, Larry, indeed a one-sided affair to this point as we get set for half two. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. They've gone to the second quarter in Buffalo. It's the Bills with an early lead over the Jets. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. They go play action here on first down. And it's complete. The tight end, Deion Sims. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. So 2nd and 10 here.
Now let's go.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. They start the drive with Martin. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They run it again with Martin. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it. Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This will be taken at the 10. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drop. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The Bears on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
All right, here we go. Good. Here we go now. Green, 39.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Coney Ely in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Jameis now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning.
And this is caught by Jackson for a Buccaneer touchdown. Deshaun Jackson with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on. Now he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive. I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Now Trubisky, and he's got Miller. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Gerald McCoy getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got a man, it's right. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jalen Strong, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball through.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Noah Spence in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And that is incomplete.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, tried to get it all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long, thought he needed the deep pass, couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give them the yardage they needed.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. And tough starting field position here. They try to fire up the running game with Martin. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation.
7 yards to go on 2nd down. Another tote for the workhorse, Martin. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Take it at the 37. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got some space here. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. Now Trubisky to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Trubisky will throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Zach Miller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears are able to make things a bit more respectable. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Winston with a give to Martin. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score.
This is caught inside the 15. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. On 1st and 10, Winston. This is caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up. 4
touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. To return, this is Eddie Jackson. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard. This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Now it's Trubisky. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Chris Baker in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Cody Ely. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Carry number 20 here for Martin. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Again, it's Martin. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on them.